you're growing okras, karelas, bottle gourds, kadi patta in Israel. Tell us more. Give us the backstory.
नंबर 1 crop is okra.
Meaning bhindi.
Bhindi.
Okay.
वो इंडियन बंदी नहीं मिलता इजराइल में, ओनली लोकल बंदी. तो हम लोग इंडियन बंदी बनाया, and it was so amazing because the Israelis so love it. About 50% of our crop is going to the Israeli market, to Israeli people, and India have everything. I say all the time when I'm visiting India, आप लोग सब कुछ है, आपको bless है, विश्वास है, पानी है, जमीन है, सब है, labor है. Everybody said, oh, in the desert, nothing is growing there. It's not true. If you're gonna put a little bit water, attention, and love, you will get something back.
Sharon, thank you for having us. By the way, shout out to Ebi Kaka, who actually brought us here and made this amazing connection. Also, if you haven't watched my episode with Ebi Kaka on Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, go watch it right now. It's in my description. But today we are very close to the Israeli border down south, and we are with somebody. He is an Indian-Israeli man, or Israeli-Indian, because you're born in Israel, who grows Indian vegetables and crops on Israeli soil. How did that happen? But first, please give us an introduction.
नमस्कार.
Namaskar.
मेरा नाम शरोन है. Our family name Cherry.
Cherry.
Yes.
But not cherry tomato.
But not cherry tomato. I don't grow cherry tomato. I always say this because this region in UK, it's 90% of the farmers growing cherry tomato. And we came here, I came here with Maya, my wife, about 14 years ago.
Okay.
We was living in Tel Aviv. I was doing import from India of Indian food.
Okay.
And Maya was working in a cell company. And 14 years ago, we decided to leave Tel Aviv and to come to the village, to the nowhere place.
Usually people prefer to go to where people are, but you left the civilization and created your own.
Correct. We came here because we heard about a new village who started in the Negev Desert.
Okay.
And we was very interesting to do a farming. If you're asking me why farming, the reason is only one. I wanted to do something to create. Okay, to create something, not only to buy and sell or to give some service. I wanted to do something that I know that I plant this, I put these seeds, and from these seeds, I feed people.
Question. Do you come from a family of farmers?
No, not at all.
So why farming?
I don't
But you
know.
answered your question. Oh, I think it's your calling.
It's something that called me a long time ago, and it was always here in the head, in the backside. And 14 years ago, it was some opportunity that we decided that the city life is it's complicated and
Right.
very stressed.
Okay.
We also had the first boy who was just born. And we decided we don't want to grow him in the city. We want to grow him in a village.
Okay.
So we came here when Be'er Milka was less than 20 families. Internet, it doesn't was here at all. And electricity, one day yes, one day not.
Okay.
And we were living in caravans, no houses.
Really?
Everything is completely, you're living in the desert.
You
Everything
did
is
tell
sandy.
me that Bear Milka is 20 years old. No?
20 years old. This year it will be 20 years.
Okay.
And when we came here, we were so exciting to create a new things, to create a new community and a new agriculture, and everything was new because in this region, nobody was living here in this region.
Okay.
So we left everything in Tel Aviv. Maya left her good job and we just moved here.
Okay.
I didn't have any knowledge in agriculture. So the first stage that I done is to go to work in other farm with other farmer and to learn about the farming. So I gone to Kadesh Barnea, it's the next village.
Okay.
I found some senior farmer and I started to work with him. And all my knowledge actually come from this farm in a cherry tomato, and
Okay.
the rest is
The rest is history.
history.
Well, tell me, why specifically did you pick Asian and Indian crops? Because usually in Israel, for people watching, to give you context, people focus on citrus or avocados or cherry tomatoes. You left all of that and you're growing okras, karelas, bottle gourds, kadi patta in Israel. Tell us more. Give us the backstory.
Actually, when I started to training in the cherry tomato farm, I saw the biggest problem of all the farmers in all the world. farmers doesn't control the price of their products. The market is control the product. So I work in this guy's farm, amazing farm. Every day we was harvesting about 5 to 6 tons of cherry tomato. And I asked him, how much you gonna get on this? What will be the price? He said, I don't know the price. I will know later from the distribution or from the supermarket. They will tell me what is the demand and how much they're gonna pay. So in this moment, I understand that I will not gonna do farming that somebody else is controlling my farm and my pricing. So I said, I'm not doing this regular farming. I want to do something that I have a control on the price. How I will have a control on the price? I need to grow something unique. So it was very easy because you just need to observe and to see, okay, what is the situation here in Israel? And I saw a big Indian community of Jewish community who's living here. And I know it from my parents. Every summer they was looking for Indian vegetables. And at that time, it was only one farmer who's growing Indian vegetables, very less varieties, and the quantity was very low and a very short season, only in the summertime. And then I decided, okay, this is an opportunity. But the opportunity is not only for the Indian community, also for the Israeli people to know these amazing vegetables with a lot of benefit for the health. And I started.
Out of all these crops, which is the most grown and most sold in Israel?
We are growing about 16 different variety of vegetables in all the years.
Okay.
And our first crop is, number one crop is okra.
Meaning bhindi.
Bhindi.
Okay.
Oh, Indian bhindi नहीं मिलता है इजराइल में. Only local bhindi. तो हम लोग Indian बनाया, Indian bhindi बनाया. And it was so amazing because the Israelis so love it. There is a less
You said gelatin?
gelatin.
When you say gelatin, is it like the slimy thing that is inside?
Correct.
Okay.
So it's left there. And what we found that the Israelis so like it. And about 50% of our crop is going to the Israeli market, to Israeli people.
Okay.
The other 50 is going to Indian community or Indian labor who's now, there is a lot in Israel from India and from Sri Lanka.
Right.
But the Israeli market is amazing because he so love the new things.
Before we move on, let me share a quick insight. All of you have been watching this channel, but 80% of you have not subscribed to this channel. Only with your support, I'm able to grow, invite better guests, and create an impact in the India-Israel space. So please go ahead, click that subscribe button and help this channel grow. You can also support this channel on Ko-fi. With great content comes great responsibility and great expense. So every little bit helps. And now, back to the show.
Since you don't come from a farmer family, you might have had your challenges. Give us top 3 quick challenges. I know challenges can take years even to overcome, but in the last few years, now that you are an expert, what have your challenges been?
Listen, what making us Israeli good in innovation and technology in agriculture is because of the challenge. We started to grow here in a country that 60% of the land is desert, without water, with shortage of water, with a problem of with the extremely weather, and in a different challenges and condition. And these challenges, what made us this innovation farmer.
Okay.
So we don't afraid. We have a lot of challenges every day. We have challenge. Okay, the challenge of weather, of labor, of competition with import. Israel is a small country that import vegetables and fruit from outside. So for us, the local farmer, it's a little bit difficult to handle with this. But all these challenges making us more precise, we are looking for how to solve this challenge.
Okay.
So all the innovation in Israel of farming became because of these challenges. We don't afraid from the challenge. And we don't afraid to do new things, but this is the way of life of farming. And farmer, he have to be optimist. If he's not optimist, he cannot do any farming at all.
כל הכבוד לך that you've come a long way and you have more to do, but a lot of our audiences are from India, and we have a lot of people from the Indian farming community that usually watch our videos. What is one thing that Indian agricultural ecosystem can learn from the Israeli agricultural ecosystem?
Actually, there is a lot of things to learn from us, but I believe that India, first of all, India is amazing agriculture, and India have everything. I say all the time when I'm visiting India, आप लोग सब कुछ है, आपको bless है, विश्वास है, पानी है, जमीन है, सब है, labor है.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a big believer in India, and I think that India will be the number one supply of food in all the world because of the different climate, different soil. A lot of labor was available, still available in India.
Mhm.
So if we're going to do some collaboration, Israeli and Indian, it's not only the Indian will learn from the Israeli need to learn also from the Indian.
What can the Israelis learn?
I think the Israeli learn about the varieties, plenty of varieties of growth, like herbs and fruit and vegetables. There is a lot of crops that we don't know.
Right.
So if we will engage and Israeli will meet the crops, the Indian crops, and together we will share the knowledge, I believe that we can make better.
Okay.
In the Indian knowledge, there is a lot of historic knowledge, okay? And there is a lot of smart things that they are doing.
Okay.
So I believe that combine of both of them together will create new farming.
This is your sign to reach out to Sharon to do more collaborations in the farming and the agriculture space. I have an interesting question for you because I believe that I am trying to bridge India and Israel one video at a time, and you're doing one crop at a time. So if India and Israel were to launch a joint agricultural mission tomorrow, what would that be? What would that look like?
I think that what I will do is a net of training farm in India. Joint venture between Israeli to Indian,
Okay.
but not a demonstration farm. Okay, not only to show to the farmer. I'm talking about practical farming in India.
Okay.
That Israeli farmer and Indian farmer will work there together,
Mm-hmm.
and the Indian farmer will see exactly what we are doing. It's not enough that to have a conference or a class study. It's a long distance. Okay, we need to see all the cycles from the start, from the seeding when you're putting seed, and then we are harvesting. So I believe that centers of practical farming, Israeli, Indo-Israeli, in India will help both of us. Because we're going to learn from the Indians and the Indians will learn from the Israel, and here we can make new things.
Okay. Is this something that you would take up in the next 10 years?
Yes.
Okay. So we're looking forward to it.
I have one more dream.
Yes. Tell us about it.
As Be'er Milka is started 20 years ago from people who doesn't have any knowledge in farming, and today this village is 55 families with great farmers in all the country, in maybe all the world, and they are without any knowledge, preview knowledge. Everybody came like me, and our system here teach us how to grow. I have a dream, start a new village in Rajasthan on the
Okay.
border.
Awesome.
Like Israel, like Be'er Milka. Be'er Milka is on the border in the desert,
Right.
Rajasthan desert, and to establish there something like Israeli Moshav, Israeli village, okay, with all the knowledge, with all the sharing of the knowledge, and with the community will support all
Each
the
other.
farmers and each other, and maybe doing some organized together, and with Israeli technology and Israeli knowledge.
And maybe grow Israeli crops on Indian land.
Definitely, you don't need to grow okra in India. Okay, there is enough. But we can grow there all what you call the exotic vegetables, cherry tomato, bell pepper, or fruits, things like this.
Okay.
It's available. And don't forget the desert. Everybody said, "Oh, in the desert nothing is growing there." It's not true. If you're gonna put a little bit water, attention, and love, you will get something back.
But that is such a cute message. Thank you for saying that. That's awesome. What crop do you believe will become the next $1 billion opportunity in India?
Oh, it's almost all the crops. Because of the situation in India that you have different climate and different condition, you can grow almost everything. Now, everybody will say in India that the next crop is avocado, or maybe it will be berries, bell pepper. I see a lot now. It's running cherry tomato, but I believe that all this already founded by the farmers.
Mm-hmm.
What I believe that all the herbs, Indian herbs, is the next future for export to all the world.
When you say
because
herbs, is it like coriander?
It's like, no, it's like ashwagandha
Oh.
and neem and all the medical, the Ayurvedic medical herbs.
Okay. Okay.
This will be a big future. And I think that for India, it's suitable to grow asparagus.
Really?
Yes,
Do we
actually,
get asparagus? I don't remember eating asparagus in India because I grew up in India. Yes.
it's very, there is very, very less in India.
Okay.
And today, in the last time that I visited in India, I saw that India import from Thai asparagus, and the asparagus you can grow in India almost in every place. And one of my projects in India, we are growing in Aurangabad in Maharashtra, which we are in the first plot there.
For asparagus?
Yes, asparagus from Israel with Israeli technology, and we're gonna make it there in India.
Well, that's so cool. You will let us know about the developments of these projects because we are so intrigued to learn. And we are towards the end of this episode. Would you like to give a special message to our audiences?
India is the most amazing country in the world.
I agree.
With a lot of potential, and you know it already. And I hope that India will collaborate with Israel, especially in farming issue.
Mhm.
And I think that our best friend in the world is India. First of all, is India. India was all the time support Israel, and the Israeli are very, very like to travel in India and
Yeah.
love the culture and the food. And I think that there is a big future for Indian.
Well, I'm into that. So if you want to connect with Sharon, I'm going to add his details in the description. Go say hi. He has a beautiful farm. I personally, me and my dad have never been to a farm in India. What are the odds that I came to a farm in Israel? So thank you.
You're welcome.
And in the meantime, stay safe, watch the right content, and I'll see you next time.